Welcome! In this video, we continue on with Book 2 of the Darksworn campaign for Valeria Card Kingdoms. So down at the table for setup, I'm just following the game setup to get started here. I am using the same type of monsters. So just give these a shuffle and then we'll set up that board. So we're starting with a Bane Spider in column 1, a Treant, a Flaming Skeleton, a Dire Bear, and Orc Warrior. So none of the wimpy ones. Then we're going to go through our shadow monsters and take 2 of those at random. And shuffle those into that stack. And see where they fall. And as far as our citizens, the only thing I changed out is I brought in the archers, just like the artwork. So nothing more than that. Then we can set our blessings up. So we'll get 3 blessings to start with. So 1, 2, 3. So we've got spend 2 victory points to gain 4 magic, 4 victory points to discard or bring back 2 characters, or 2 to bring back 1 character. And since we're starting book 2, we start with 2 victory points along with 1 magic and 2 coins. We've got our light token set up. So then on to our book. So a Trail of Eyes. For setup, place 2 IBAT tokens per player on the storyboard. Return unused tokens to the box, and then shuffle the IBAT Swarm monster into the monster deck. So we've got some IBAT tokens here. I'll just place them down here for me. And then getting a 3rd baddie, so in rolls of 6, we're going to banish a card from any stack for health, victory point, and we'll get a resource of our choice. So shuffling that. And with these, and continuing on to the rules, only 1 bat may be on any character or stack. If all bats are in play or you're unable to place a bat, banish the top card beneath each bat and return all the bats to the storyboard. When a column activates in the monster phase and there's a bat on a character stack in that column, immediately banish 1 card from that stack and return the bat to the storyboard. While there is a bat on a character stack that cannot be recruited, bat on a tableau card blocks the card from harvesting, and the character does not count towards any other card harvests. All right, so I've got a lot of monsters or bats to deal with. So chapter 1, The Knight Stares Back. Your journey from the Oracle of Thine to Selena, Valeria's capital, was in vain, as the queen had little help to offer. The kingdom needs all of its resources to defend its established cities from the shadow kingdoms. It cannot spare gold or ships to explore the west or establish new outposts. Just as you return to Cilicia to set about gathering what supplies and people you can find on your own, the nightmare begins. IBATs born on leathery wings swarm into the city, falling upon unwary citizens, harrying them mercilessly, and incinerating them with foul light from their single bulbous eye. You all know in your hearts that this is only the beginning of the prophesied darkness awakening in the west. You must prepare your expedition at once and start the trek enjoined upon you by Aquila. When you're ready to begin, turn the page. So we are ready to begin. So we need to build some characters. So we need 11 money. And then we'll be able to get a character card back from the cages over here. So chapter 2, Destiny Beckons. The Duke of Silesia sets archers upon the walls to guard the city, but the IBATs somehow evade their arrows, and the grotesque creatures sow fear, chaos, and death throughout the city. Your company slays IBATs and fends off attacks from outside the city when it can, but your primary goal must be to prepare for the trek west. To this end, you rally citizens to your cause and seek funding to build carracks that will carry the brave souls needed to establish a glorious stronghold in the west and stand against the coming darkness. So as an action, you may slay a bat for a strength and receive a gold as a reward. A roll of a 6, we're going to place a bat on an unexhausted character stack of our choice. And with that, I believe we are ready to get going. So roll phase, we got a 4, 5, and a 9. 5 is going to get us a coin. Then we're going to spin 2 coins to pick up a paladin. And then our second action, we're going to gain a resource. And that's our action. So then the dire bear is going to activate, taking out or damaging that wall. And the orc will damage that wall. Then back to us. We're going to get a coin. Then we can spend a fight to get 3 magic. Next turn. 1, 3, and 4, which activates nothing, so we can get 2 resources of our choice. We need money. So 1, 2. Not going well. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to pick up a cleric. And 1, 2, 3, 4 to pick up an archer. And the Bane Spider is going to damage the wall. Flaming Skeleton's going to damage the wall. And the bear is going to annihilate a wall. Then back to us, we'll get some magic and a fight. So not a good start for us. So 1, 5, and 6. 1 gets us 3 magic. 5 gets us a coin. And a 6 gets us a fight. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take out the Bane Spider. So reward, we can get 3 money or a knight. We're going to pick up a knight. And 2 victory points. In our second action, we are going to spend 2 victory points to get ourselves 4 magic. And 1 activates, empty, 5 activates, we lose another wall. 6 is going to bring a bat out, which we'll put over here on the champion. Then our second phase, we're going to get a magic, a coin, and 2 strength. And then refill our monster. So immediately all players lose up to 2 fight. So 1, 2. So blight. 2 magic and 2 attack to beat up. And we'll see what we have here. So we can spend 4 to discard a monster. All right, next roll. 2, 5, and 7. That's going to be him. We don't. That's going to be a problem. Well, we're going to spend a money and a magic to pick up a rogue as our first action. Second action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take out a flaming skeleton, which gets us a coin and a magic and 3 victory points. Then we're going to spend this as a third action. We're going to spend 4 victory points to discard a monster. That's going to be the Orc Warrior. Then monsters activate, so the Treant damages the wall. 5 does nothing, so our second phase down here, we're going to get a coin and a strength and a coin. Then replace some monsters, finding a dire bear and Darksworn. And replenish out here. Spend 2 victory points to change the die number by 1. So 1, 1, and 2 is going to activate. So we're going to get 6 money or magic. 2 gets us nothing. So we're going to take out the blight. We need 2 fight, so 1 fight and 1 magic. Then we need 2 magic. And we can either get 2 resources or flip our coin over. And I think we're going to take 2 fight resources and a victory point. Second action, we'll take out the treant. So 1, 2, 3, which will get us a coin and a magic and a victory point. So monster phase, nothing is happening. Back to us, we're going to get 2 magic. And then refill. Got a goblin and a bane spider. Next round, 1, 4, and 5 will activate. The 1 gets us 3 magic. 4 gets us 2 fight. And the 5 gets us 1 money. So we're going to take out a goblin. Gets us a coin and a victory point. Then we're going to fight a dire bear over here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we can get 2 money or 2 magic. We'll go for the 2 money and 3 victory points. Actually, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We want that thing going. So instead of spending 5, we're spending 4 to take care of the Ibat swarm, so that doesn't happen. So a resource of our choice, we'll take a fight and a victory point. All right, so that activates, 4 activates. It's going to beat up a paladin. 5 gets skipped. Then back to us, getting a magic, a fight, and a coin. And filling in the blanks, we've got a skeleton and a giant. And rolling 4, 5, and 9. 4 gets us 2 fight. 5 gets us a coin, and 9 gets us a fight and 2 magic. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take out the bear this time, and we're going to take 2 magic and 3 victory points. Then we're going after the giant. So we need 8. So 1, 2, 6 more, which is going to get us a money and 2 magic and 3 victory points. All right, so fighting, nothing's going to happen. Back to us, we get a fight, a coin, and we can spend a fight to get 3 magic. 1, 2, 3. And refilling slots, found an owlbear and a skeleton. Next round, 4, 6, and 10. 4 gets us 2 fight. 6 gets us 2 fight. 10 gets us 1 fight and 2 magic. All right, our first action, we're going to take out a bat. And that's going to get us a coin. Second action, we're going to spend 11 money. That's going to allow us to bring this paladin back, so he's been freed. But that's a problem. So the owlbear is going to send him right back. And the 6 is going to bring a bat out. We'll put that over here on the champion. Then we're going to activate some more. We get a fight, 2 fight, and we can change 1 fight into 3 magic. Then we have completed this, so that's going to allow us to flip that back over. So flip that over, Now we've got to send out some trackers, so 10 money and 10 fight. All right, stalking the stalkers. After weeks of preparation, your vessel sets sail from Silesia into the Mabel Sound. Storms plague your voyage, and one ship is lost in the tempest. But the winged eyes are a constant harassing presence. It seems that they're getting larger and more dangerous as you travel west, but west you must sail. When a boy notices a swarm of eye bats flying towards a tall mountain, your company sees an opportunity to put an end to the torment by finding and destroying the eye bat's lair. The ships drop anchor in the bay and you prepare to disembark. So as an action, you may slay a bat for 2 fight now and receive 1 of any resource. 6, place 1 on an unexhausted stack of your choice and place 1 on the character in your tableau. Nasty. All right, so back to beginning of the round. 3, 4, and 7. 3 does nothing. 4 gets us 2 fight. And 7 gets us 2 fight and 2 money. So we're up to 12 fight. We want this bat going because 3 is about to activate. So we're going to spend 2 fight for that. And that's going to get us a resource of our choice, which we'll take in magic. Then we want an owlbear out. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's going to get us 2 magic and 2 victory points. Then we'll take a third action. Spending 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take out the dire bear and take 2 money and 3 victory points. So monsters attack doing nothing. So back to us. We are going to get 1 fight and then a money and a strength. And refill. So we've got an orc warrior and a skeleton. All right. Next round. 3, 4, and 7. So 2 fight. 2 fight and 2 money. We're going to take out the orc warrior. So 9 fight. We get a character cost of 3 or less, ignoring the pluses. So we're going to take a rogue. And 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Then our second action, we're going to spend 8 victory points to build a wall in front of this skeleton. And for the attacks, nothing. This guy hits a wall. And then back to our second phase over here, we're going to get a fight. And 2 fight and 2 money. Then we're bringing in a goblin mage. And next round, 2, 6, and 8. 2 gets us nothing. 6 gets us 2 fight. 8 gets us nothing. 6 is going to bring out a bat. 2 is going to activate that thing. So we're going to take the Bane Spotter out for 1's fight, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to pick up a knight and 2 victory points. And our second action, we'll spend 8 more over here. Bring up another wall. And 2 activates. Then the bat's coming out. We'll put over here on the butcher. And back to us, we're going to get 3 fight. And then an owlbear pops out. So 3, 5, and 8. 3 gets us nothing. 5 gets us a coin. And 8 gets us nothing. So we are going to spend 2 money to pick up a champion. Then we're going to take out the Goblin Mage, spending 1, 2, 3. And we're going to take a money and 2 victory points. Then activate 3, which does nothing. 5, damage is there. Then back down here, we get a coin up to 11. And 8, we can spend a coin to get 4 fight. Ooh, that was a mistake. Should have taken out that skeleton. 5 is also going to send this bat back, but also banishes the butcher. I believe that's what happens. Yep, when a column activates in the monster phase and there's a bat on a character, oh, wait a second. Oh, yes. So with the 6, I'm going to put one on the paladin over here. That was from the previous turn. But I don't think... Yeah, that doesn't... Demolish it just means he doesn't activate. All right, I think I got everything caught up. Next round, 4, 4, and 8. So that's going to get us 2, 4 fight. And then 8 is going to get us 4 more. Then our first action is to spend 2 to beat up this bat, which will get us a resource of our choice. We'll take a magic. Second action, we're going to spend 10 money and 10 fight. To do that, which will flip this over and get this guy back. Actually, that flips at the end phase. So unfortunately, this skeleton is going to break the wall and then send the paladin right back. Then our second phase, we get to fight. Then don't have any coins to do anything else there with 8. So end phase, we are checking that off. So we're going through that. We flip this over. Now we have the Darksworn, magic of 5, 10 fight. Going to return one of our characters. The paladin's just been going back and forth. Master of Eyes, a single tracker returns to your camp at the cavern's mouth, beaten and bloody as she is. You rally to her aid, but your hopes are dashed. In a trance, she mumbles one word over and over, Darksworn. Only a few of those aberrations are known to exist, lurking in the depths of the library at the Eye of the Astratin, protecting the dark tombs from prying eyes. As defenders of the light, your company assails the Caverner's lair, and soon you're met by a cloud and the largest eye bats yet, and their master, the foretold Darksworn. So as an action, you can slay a bat for 3, receive a money and a resource of your choice, and a 6, placing a bat on an unexhausted character stack of your choice, and in a tableau, and all players lose a resource of their choice. And we'll bring out another monster. I've got an owlbear. Unfortunately, we already almost have what we need to defeat that guy, so that's going to go well for us, I hope. So we just need a die roll that's going to give us a 1 magic. Dub 6s. That gives us 6 fight. The 12 is nothing. So our first action, we're going to gain a resource of our choice. Second action, we're going to spend 5 magic and 10 fight to take care of the Darksworn. which is going to bring our paladin back. Then a third action, we are going to spend two victory points to change one of these to a 5. So we can go plus or minus on that. So monster phase, because it's funny, we're going to send the paladin right back. Oops. Not funny. This one takes out the wall. Then the 6, we're going to bring a bat out. We'll put that on the paladin since he's having a good time. Then we need to bring a bat out on one of our people, and then we lose a resource of our choice. And the only one we have an option of is fight. Then back to us triggering, we're going to get a money and 3 fight. We've completed this. So we move on. Chapter 5, Cave of the Defenders. Your blade slices down between the Darksworn's eyes, and its human-like dying screams jangle your nerves. Only the flapping of their retreating winged eyes fill the cavern, and then that too fades away, and the silence of the cavern draws you into its shadowy embrace. The dim fungal luminescence reveals walls covered in petroglyphs, telling a tale of Aquila descending to bestow radiance to the people. One image shows the people, not Aquila, vanquishing the old gods with their radiance. You examine the petroglyphs more closely and see the old gods were not slain, but were forced out of the world through some kind of dark portal. Here, look, a companion calls out as he examines the glyphs along the edge of the large sarcophagus at the center of the chamber. This is a name from the old text, Kosk the Defender. So working together, you push open the heavy stone lid to discover the bones of your counterparts from long ago and their collection of expanded radiance. You touch a dark orb and it brightens. It senses the blessings of Aquila upon you, and it's once again ready to use. When each of you has claimed a second radiance, the cavern glows with an unearthly light. Your group understands this entire mountain is a holy place and resolved to site the new city between the mountain and the bay. It's a barrier to stand against the oncoming darkness. So we're going to give each player a second light token. Each player keeps both there for the rest of the books in the Darksworn saga, but may only use one per action phase. Find the Abats form a monster and set it aside. Be shuffled into the monster deck for the rest of the books in the Darksworn saga. So that is it for book number 2. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.